Welcome everyone, this is Louis. Right now you're watching Timeless Side Trails. We're here at Busch Gardens. Right now we are located 5 miles south from Sidmar and 5 miles west of Sunland, 5 miles north from Encino, beautiful cities. So I was around here near the Busch Gardens, here in the San Fernando Valley, near Nuys, a unknown theme park. It was actually owned by the Busch family. The theme park was mostly brewed by beer and making central focus on amusement park located on this property. This brewery plays the Budweiser attractions. They have really cool stuff during the 60s. So this company was making Budweiser in St. Louis and nationwide. So the Garden family in the 1940s, they begin making all these theme parks. They have around 5 different ones, and the one in Tampa is open since the 1960s. That was the only one that is open out of the 5 different theme parks around the country. They have one in Burnsburg that it was open in 1975. I guess they closed it like in the 1990s, I believe. And they had another one here in California that it was open in 1906 and it was closed in 1937. And they had a waterfall on that one. And they had another one in Houston, open in 1966, also had 40 acres, and it was closed in 1971. But believe it or not, they also had one in Spain that it was also demolished in 1980s, I believe. So all of them were pretty much closed. Only one is actually alive, that is in Tampa, Florida. There's only one right now open. I was just only around here because I wanted to see this place. As you can see my drone right now, it's a really extended location. It's right in the middle of Van Nuys and Panorama City. Since like day 2 or 3 since I was been making these videos, I always want to make a video about this location, but I didn't know how to approach it or how to make it because it was so many. As you can see, look, there's some big walls right here. I cannot go inside here and just go in. I don't even think they have like tours or anything about it. But they have the actual landmark inside the location. The only way I could just go is just only with my drone, but I just went with my drone anyways because I wanted to see the rail that they had in there. So Busch purchased adjoining lands to construct his own theme park that he serves beer to everyone. They had a boat ride, brewery for 17 acres spread, including a monorail that stakes around the facility and past windows that gave passengers a look at the brewery process underneath. And remarkably, everything for all of this was for free. Later on, they actually built a bird sanctuary in 1972. That was actually the back area that way. I'm gonna go when I go walking towards that way, but I think I'm gonna take my car. It's kind of far. 17 acres. You know, 17 acres, pretty big. This one expands the bird sanctuary around 5 acres. So this one had a bumper cart, a boat ride, lagoon, waterfall, 2,000 birds, represent 25 rare species from all over the world, live entertainment, and once, that's the monorail I'm talking about right there. So the Busch policy stands the visitors who were drinking each could have 2 10-ounce glass of beer at each of the 5 pavilions. So it had like 5 different sections that they can get entertained while drinking beer. So it said the admission for a price was $1.75 fee and triple over the 10-year span when they had this open. So enough wasn't enough to the problem of 1982 where the employees who got his break and wound up hitting up and killing a 16-year-old pedestrian that he drove off the lot after he drove off the lot, and they got drunk after drinking those 2 beers. The employee had to settle 2 free cases of every month. Actually, they have their contract on recession. Regarding the Van Nuys location context, it was founded in 1911 and annexed to Los Angeles in 1915. It was a community of San Fernando Valley known as agricultural heritage and later became an industrial aerospace and manufacturer. The herds of Busch Brewery and Busch Gardens became significant of the location landmark, offering recreation industrial areas near the Van Nuys Airport. Community significance and the park space brought innovation and ensured that the area was culture, nature, and industrial tourism. The legacy today remains the Busch Gardens of Nuys, historical marker. So this is the other side of the Busch Brewery. Last time I was walking around like a place like this, you get like little bugs, and then the bugs out of nowhere, they just go like in your nose, they go like in your eyes, and right now I have one going to my nose right now. Good thing it was like a little one. As long as it wasn't a fly, it's fine. So going back on the story, so on the I-5, the building is recognizable. So by 1980, somewhere around there, cutting measurements of cost, Busch Gardens, that made to shut down the theme park. On 1976, save money by no longer having the operation of the rides. The brewery operating grounds was actually a free sale or promotion facility where the beer samples were free once again. So now that we're charging like $1 for parking, $1 for the boat ride, getting more increase. Also charging $5.25 per admission for the park. So the park had a flock of parrots that nature by the government. One of 3-year period, they had a flock of birds got out when it was shipment going towards the park. And now if you hear like parrots around the area, they say that it came from this facility, mostly because they have one of the largest bird sanctuaries here. A lot of them were mostly different parrots. Now you get to hear those birds, those parrots. They escaped, they went to different areas around California. I remember seeing like some parrots or something like that. Where the hell's all these parrots? Like big, a lot of, more than 100 parrots, I believe. One time I went to Pasadena and I saw all those birds and canaries and all that. So I think so it came from this place. So if you see any parrots around LA and many of those wild parrots are without nests or sight or anything like that, it's because they came from over here, from this location, Busch Gardens. So this is one of the monorails, and now is unused and abandoned. The theme park went from that way. That was one of the lots of the theme park. Busch Gardens had a unique blend of theme park, and the most iconic feature was the monorails. These monorails, you already know, is the Sky Rail. There's a lot of organic scenes of education right throughout the Busch Brewery surrounding the gardens, because you know that time it was actually a garden of 17-acre feature waterfalls, lagoon, a lot of species of birds and animals, and you can actually see a behind-scenes look of the beer making process through the large observation windows that monorail had during that time. And families, like a family attraction it is, monorail goes around like how I'm showing right here, and also shows the boat rides and bumper cars. So now you can actually catch a nostalgic glimpse of the monorail or whatever's left open for everyone to see. So going on the monorail, it actually run in a single elevated beam or rail that with a train either beam or suspended underneath, using rubber tires as electronic power to provide efficient, stable, and quiet of the transportation. The design of the modern monorail relies on a solid beam, tires running on an I-shaped beam, smaller guidance of the tire clamps, ensured for a smooth operation. The monorail, like the historic Whopper from Germany, hangs the beams with a hollow of grinding, protecting the wheels, enhancing the safety to minimize derail at risk. A single monorail functions as supporting track and guidance system, combining the loads of the stabilizing of the tires beam and provide the vehicle with firming track, elevating and less susceptible to remain. Unless the monorail detracts, it can retract at the same time. During this time, it was a really historical monorail because of the year made up for this theme park. So this is Busch Gardens. This is Timeless Side Trails. I'm a real estate agent in California. Please subscribe. If you want to see more of my videos, press here or press there. Thanks for watching, and until next one, bye.